Hurricane Dorian was not only the most powerful storm to ever hit the Bahamas, but it was the most costly. As a result, many were left homeless, and today there are people still without a place to call their own.
A community made up of mostly Haitian immigrants began settling in a plot of land in the Abacos, trying to rebuild their lives, but the government says this is illegal and they are demolishing those homes. As Local 10 anchor Janice Fernandez reports, the UN is now getting involved, calling this a human rights issue.
When Hurricane Dorian hit the Bahamas, it left a trail of destruction.
I'm very concerned now.
It's rough.
Completely uprooting people's lives.
Everybody's like in a state of shock right now. We lost everything. So right now, we just like in survival mode right now.
Everything in Abaco is totally destroyed. It literally looked like we were bombed.
One of the hardest hit areas, a community known as the Mud in Marsh Harbor, mostly made up of Haitian immigrants. The community was destroyed as it received some of the worst storm surge on the island. A community then forced to find a new home. With nowhere to go, they started building. This area is known as the Farm. It's about 2 miles north of Treasure Key. It's mostly made up of Haitian immigrants who fled the mud and now call this home. There's no electricity or sanitation. They make the most of it. But there's another more pressing challenge. This land that we're standing on, it's owned by the government, and these homes were all built without permits. And because of that, the government is giving an order, putting up this sign on almost every home here, saying that they have to vacate the premises because they plan on demolishing it. The problem is that there are dozens and dozens of homes here, and this has really become a neighborhood.
There's never been no assistance for her.
Adeline Jean-Louis has been sleeping in any home here that will welcome her. After an injury, she couldn't find work. She's now selling food to make ends meet. Fano Inozer has been trying to get a work permit after living in the Bahamas for 30 years. He's finally in the process of getting one.
Long time.
And Mary Louise Francois, though she's lived in the Bahamas most of her life and has 9 children who were all born here, had to get a work permit through her daughter.
How they treat me, I don't like it. You know why I don't like it? So I have my daughter there. She have Bahamian passport. She gives me work permit. She's my boss.
The demolition process has already begun. This video shot by someone who lives on the farm but choosing to remain anonymous out of fear of repercussions. We received several videos showing displaced people watching their homes flatten. Deputy Prime Minister Desmond Bannister says he is following the law. After Hurricane Dorian, the Bahamas Supreme Court issued an injunction that any existing so-called shanty towns could not be destroyed. But anything built after Dorian is considered unlawful.
They're building them without permits. That means they don't have proper electrical facilities, and you know we've had fires in shanty towns before. They do not have proper sanitation facilities, and so we have feces going into the water table in the Bahamas.
That's what it is. We no voice there. Whatever you're going to say, they can understand to you, and they could do whatever they want to.
The United Nations Human Rights Council taking notice and urging the Bahamian government to halt all planned demolitions. Experts say the community houses thousands. In a statement, the UN says in part, quote, "This is scheduled to occur during the COVID-19 pandemic, threatening to expose an already vulnerable minority to all kinds of risks for their health and safety. Most of these people have nowhere else to go. If their homes are destroyed, they are at serious risk of falling into homelessness and extreme poverty."
I have to ensure that Bahamians are safe, that they're protected.
So it raises the question, where is home?
Know where to go after a weekend. You know where to go. So people try to find place to live.
And the Bahamas Department of Social Services has come forward saying those who are evicted can seek help within the department without fear. Also, there are about 30 homes in the farm that will not be demolished as they've been grandfathered in before the injunction. This is just one example of some of the things that people in the Bahamas had to deal with from Hurricane Dorian. So don't miss our hurricane special, Staying Storm Safe. It airs this Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Your whole Weather Authority team will be making sure you're prepared for this upcoming season, which is already, if you can believe it, next week. Nicole?
It's so heartbreaking to see what they're going through right now, so long after Dorian, but we do look forward to many of those reports during that hurricane
Good to see
special.
the UN getting involved to help those people. They really need it.
Yeah.